Hello, welcome back Social Savvy Crew in a new episode with me, Sharifa, that we will be talking about what silence really means in a conversation and why it's not always like we think it is. Let's be honest, we all have been there. Talking to someone and suddenly ghost you. Silence. Nothing. No reply. No reaction. And you think that they died at that point. But sometimes they come back. Sometimes they don't. And your brain is like, okay, did I do something wrong? Are they mad at me? Should I explain or try to understand and apologize if I said something I shouldn't have? Though you go back and you check and you see everything is normal. You haven't said anything that is wrong. But the truth is, silence in a conversation doesn't always mean that something is wrong. Sometimes it means something really important is happening. Maybe they're dying. Putting the jokes aside, let's be serious for a moment. I think most of the reasons that people ghost or leave you in silence is that there is something wrong with their personality. There is something inconsistent. They cannot be disciplined enough to keep a conversation. And sometimes they are fearing what will happen if they talk more. And here, of course, I'm talking about the situationships. But if we are talking about normal friends, some people are super duper busy to the extent that they do not check their phones all the time, or they see your message and then they forget to answer, or they think they answered while they didn't. If it is the first case in a situationship, you should always take silence as an answer. Silence sometimes can be very loud and clear that the person is trying to get you out of their lives, and it is not your responsibility and a duty to show them how amazing you are and how you can guys build something amazing together. It is not your duty for them to be confused. It is their responsibility to figure things out and not to drag you into something they are not sure about. And if it's your friend, then you have to talk to them. You have to be clear with them and say, look, this happened and you always leave me on scene, or you do not answer my questions, or you say something and then I answer immediately, but then you disappear. I am not okay with this because they are your friends. You should be honest with them and clear also with what exactly you're expecting from that friendship. And you know what? If you do that and they are changing, it is a great thing. If they do not change, then you will know now, lower your expectation and know exactly what to expect from that person particularly. And if you are having a conversation with a stranger, with a leadership man or woman or businessman, I don't know, like someone that you haven't seen for a long time, or it's your first time seeing as well, you should not feel the emptiness or the silence that you have in a conversation, because you know what? Silence can bring people awareness up. They are afraid to keep the silence. That's why they talk. And when they do, sometimes they say things they shouldn't. So emptiness is an information. You do not have to feel the void. You can process, you can feel discomforted. It's okay. That's normal. But do not fill it with anything. If you want to break the silence, then do it with something meaningful. Don't rush to fill it. And if we are talking psychologically or scientifically, as I mentioned, silence activates self-awareness, both for the speaker and for the listener as well. So the speaker might be reconsidering their words, what they say carefully, while the listener might be reflecting, reacting, or sometimes just absorbing what you're saying. And in negotiation, therapy, leadership, and even parenting, strategic silence is one of the signs for confidence, not weakness. And I can tell you, I have a friend of mine, personally, she always stopped 3 seconds or 5 seconds to say something. And we are always like, what's wrong with her? Why she's doing that? And once she talks, we feel relieved, because we are so scared, or we feel like there is this kind of darkness, this kind of mystery that we do not know about. Is she okay? Is she happy about what we said or not? And that gives her something that we didn't see at that time, which is control over the conversation. I remember hearing this from someone that told me, do not try to rush into the conversation or every moment in your life, Sharifa, because that will show you are not secure. And I was like, no, I am secure. I'm confident. I'm just rushing into the conversation because I know that I can open conversations and discussions, and I don't want to make the person in front of me discomfortable. And he said, no, that is the point. That is not your duty to fill into the void by saying anything. And sometimes you will make mistakes mistakes that you won't be able to redo. Just pause and reflect. And if the person wants to say something, then let them say. And sometimes you want to say something, but reconsider. If it's something that needed to be said, then okay. If it is just to break the silence, then do not do that. Before I end the episode, I would like to share something personal with you, what silence actually taught me, and maybe you have something similar. I remember having an eye contact with someone for about 10 to 20, not 20, that's too much, 12 maybe seconds, where we didn't say anything. We just stared at each other. But what if I tell you I really explicitly knew and understood every single word he said with his eyes? Yes, you'd say I'm crazy, but no. That silence is the best conversation I've had in my whole life, because it had pause, space, breathing room, and just soul to soul talking. In those moments, someone truly feels heard, not because I said the perfect thing, but because I didn't rush to say anything at all, and I just accepted my fate into the stargazing, the eye gazing, let's say. So if you are someone who overthinks the silence, the quiet, your gentle reminder is from this episode. You don't have to feel the silence to have value. Sometimes your presence is enough. Your pause is powerful. Please let silence do some of the talking. It has its own kind of wisdom. Thank you so much, guys, for being here, listening to this episode. I will certainly see you maybe in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.